Hey YouTube, this is Resolution Park Fan 62. Here are my overall thoughts on Monday Night Raw being 2 hours. In case you were not aware, Raw went from being 3 hours to 2 hours for the remaining 6 weeks, or give or take. And let me say this. The main issue with it is that roster is so stacked that it's hard to fit as much as they can into that 2 hours. So between entrances and introductions and packages and all this other stuff, it's hard to fit all of that into 2 hours. I'm not entirely sure whose idea that was or why, but it is a stupid idea. I'm sorry. Just because we were used to Raw being over 3 hours every week for over a decade. The problem is that because of that, Raw, they stacked Raw's roster so large to fit that 3 hours, plus main event, plus maybe dark matches as well, that it's hard to think about that roster being cut in half, almost essentially, to fit those 2 hours. And with them essentially going into getting ready for Crown Jewel here in a couple of weeks, it's hard to think about that, and then Survivor Series being 3 weeks later, and so forth. So the main issue is some of that stuff seemed awfully forced to try and get it out as fast as they can. Take, for example, the women's match, which is another story for another day. The 10-woman tag. So you had I forgot who it was. I know Unholy Union with Sonya, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler versus Lila Valkyria, Zelina Vega, I think Natalia, and someone else. Oh, and Kaden and Katana. The main issue with that was that seemed forced, and didn't see a lot of it because of all the commercial breaks. So, and then, now, while there was some good stuff on the show, like the Donnybrook match and all that, it just seemed awfully forced, and it was one of those where some of that stuff they could have cut, and it wouldn't have been a problem. But because it was there, so from what I understand, it's probably going to go back to 3 hours for when it goes to Netflix in January. That is going to be interesting on the level of, are you going to get blood? Are you going to get curse words? Now, by the term curse words, I don't mean just a simple like bitch or something like that, like they use now. I'm talking about maybe a little bit more up there curse words, similar to what you hear on AEW, which I will do a video about them. So a lot of this is we're gonna have to see. I want to hear your overall thoughts. Do you like Raw being 2 hours long? Do you not like Raw being 2 hours long? Let me know in the comments below.